All right, welcome back to another episode, ladies and gentlemen. This one is going to be a good one. A lot of people will be able to relate and or know people that this might help. Today, we're diving into a topic that's crucial for anyone looking to sell their home or simply aiming to reclaim their living space from the clutches of clutter. If you're on the journey to selling your home, or if you've ever felt overwhelmed by the amount of stuff you've accumulated over the years, today's video is tailor-made for you. We're talking about an incredible service today that's changing lives across Ottawa, and that's Declutter for Good. Let's go. All right, welcome back everybody. If you're new to the channel, my name is Mark Belanger. I am a realtor here in Ottawa, and I help families get into the Ottawa real estate market via relocation and other services, and get out of the Ottawa real estate market via downsizing and other services. And on that note, today, to help you with downsizing, if you catch yourself in a situation where you have maybe aging parents that are making the move to the next phase, or you've just simply had enough, your house is huge, you're looking to just sort of simplify and move into something a little bit smaller like a condo, or you're just overwhelmed with the amount of stuff that you have. And if that's the case, this episode, we're talking to Martha Tobin, the founder, CEO, big boss of Declutter for Good. Martha is an expert at maintaining and decluttering your space. So let's not waste any time. Let's get into what Martha has to offer. And if you are interested, I'll leave all of her contact information at the bottom of this video. And all of this is in the spirit of helping you through the spring selling season. I spoke about it in a couple of videos ago about how to beautify the outside of your home. I'll link that video in the description. And now we're taking it inside, and we're going to find out what you can do during the spring to put your house on the market and get maximum value, and that is Declutter for Good. Let's go talk to Martha. All right, welcome back everybody. Welcome Martha Tobin from Declutter for Good. Martha, welcome to the channel. Thank you for your time. Thank you for taking us into your lovely home. I really appreciate it. Tell the audience, please, what is Declutter for Good and why should people care?
Well, Declutter for Good is an organizing and decluttering company where we're focused on getting clients past their stress and their feelings of overwhelm with the amount of stuff that they have. Right. And what's interesting is pretty much every phone call I get from a clients say to me, I'm so overwhelmed by my stuff. And you know, I think that when you've got too much stuff, you've got more stuff than you've got space for, that's when that happens. So happily, myself and my team of 7, we go in and we, quickly and efficiently, we're going to take control of that stuff and make that situation better. And one of the ways that we do that is by determining clients what they want to keep versus what they want to let go. It's always their decision, never ours. Right. And whatever they're ready to let go, we've got a program called Donations That Do Good. And I know that you're super involved with donating as well, with what you do as a realtor here in Ottawa. And what that means is whatever clients are ready to let go of, we're going to take at the end of every session and we're going to donate to local charities.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. So there's the decluttering services, obviously, that we're going to talk about. And what other services do you have?
So we've got the organizing and decluttering, we've got the donating, and then when we're working with clients that are looking to move, we're also happy to pack up, and we're happy to unpack and get them all set up and organized in their new home. We also offer photo scanning, so we're taking all these paper photos and we're reducing them down to the size of a USB. And then we're also doing paper management. So if we're working, for example, in commercial spaces, a lot of times they'll have us come in and just, make sense of their paper management there.
Awesome. And why don't you talk to a little bit about the benefits of decluttering? You've seen this before, so why don't we just explain to the audience what you're seeing on your side?
So, we're seeing a lot of stuff on our side, always, and that's okay. This is what we do day in and day out. And what we're going to do is make that situation better, and we're going to do it in a fraction of the time because this is what we do every day. Right. So we're going into clients, what we're trying to do is really transform not only their spaces, but on a lot of levels, we're also transforming their lives. Because when you've got a volume of stuff, whether that is where, you've got a guest room that has so much stuff in it that you're no longer having people sleep over, you've got a kitchen that all the counters are cluttered and what have you, so nobody even really wants to cook in the kitchen. Maybe you've got a garage that you can't park your car in anymore, or a basement, for example, where you've got all these inherited items.
Right.
And you've come to a point where you're saying, you know what, I'm tired of being weighed down and fenced in by my stuff. I want to transform my life at this point, and I think a key piece of that is by letting some of this stuff go. We're there to make that process easy for you, and that's exactly what we do. We're going to make it easy. We've got a 5-step process that we apply to every client. With every client, we also offer the option for the donating of the items. So at the end of every session, we'll take those away with us. Always their choice, never ours, what they want to let go of. And we're just going to focus on what I call what they need, use, want, and love. And, keep your treasures. There's no judgment, there's no pressure ever. Keep your treasures, keep what's important to you. But the things that are holding you back, fencing you in and weighing you down, that's where I think the benefit of organizing and decluttering comes into play, because we're going to help you let go of those items and then give you back that guest room, give you back that kitchen counter, give you back the garage, give you back the basement, right? So you can actually fall in love with your home again.
It's all logical when you think about it. It all makes a ton of sense. So it's a really nice service coming in. It's just really obvious. So that's great. Who are your clients? Who's calling you predominantly?
Well, I'm not sure there is a predominant. Honestly, Mark, we get everybody calling us. So we've worked with people as young as 16 and as old as 96. Okay. So we work with individuals, we work with families, we work with seniors, we work with the families of seniors, we work with families of people who have perhaps passed away and now they need to clear out a house. We work with people who are selling homes like yourself, so that the house is going to make a great first impression by having it organized and decluttered. And we also work in a corporate audiences where we're going to go in and help them more efficiently use a storage room or their desks or just their space in general.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, so what part of the homes are people calling for the most part? Is there any room that's more popular than others?
We do a lot of kitchens, we do a lot of basements, we do a lot of garages, but we also do teen bedrooms. We also do a lot of walk-in closets. We do a lot of closets in general. Pretty much. You want to be in the video? Pretty much all areas of the home, literally from the basement right up to the attic. Right. And especially when we're helping realtors like yourself with your clients, getting homes ready for sale. Yeah. One of the key things I think is you want to make a great first impression right away to potential buyers, right?
Right, that's right.
And I think that making a great first impression, the analogy I always use is it's like going on a first date. You want to put a lot of effort into that first date and making that great first impression. And there's a line from the Jerry Maguire movie from a million years ago that said, "You had me at hello." Yeah. And I often remember that when we're talking with clients about getting their homes ready to put on the market, because when clients are walking in the door, they're looking at your home and envisioning themselves in it. And one of the things they're looking for is they want to make sure it's got enough space for their stuff. So areas to clean out are cupboards and closets and garages and basements and that sort of thing. I mean, they don't have to be completely clear, but you want them to look organized and decluttered, because it's going to give an element of spaciousness, and it's also going to give an element of neutrality, right? So that they can see themselves in the home.
That's right. And we've talked about on this channel before how to get ready for the spring market. In fact, I just put out a video a few weeks ago about beautifying the outside. So this is obviously beautifying the inside, and the concept is the same on the inside. You want to prep your home if you want to put it on the market. This, in fact, will increase the value of the home. It'll increase the interest of your home. And like you said, first impressions really, really matter, particularly on the first couple of weeks when you're listing it on the market. So I can see the benefit. And then, of course, if you are selling and you get a little bit more for that sale as a result, which offsets the cost of potentially doing this in the first place. I think that's a hidden value as well. Walk us through the process from the client's perspective.
Sure.
They're calling you. What would be the expectation?
So when clients reach out to us, we've got a Let's Connect page on my website, declutterforgood.ca. So if they send me an email, that's great. I immediately pick up the phone and call them. That happens usually within the first couple of hours that they've sent an email. So reach out to them, have a quick phone chat, get a sense of what the areas are that they want us to potentially focus on.
Yep.
And then from there, what we're going to do is we're going to set up a consultation, because really the only way that I can quote a job is by having eyes on the job. So I want to see what the rooms are that they want us to, focus on. I want to see what the volume of stuff is, because that's going to determine for me, how many of my team need to be on the job. Is it a one-person job? Is it a two-person job? We've got 8 on the team. So if it happened to be an 8-person job, then we could certainly handle that. But more often than not, it's either a 1 or a 2-person job that's required. And then I'm also looking to determine how many sessions. So let's say we're doing a basement. We've got a finished area, we've got an unfinished area. Oftentimes, that's probably going to be a 2-session job, because there's a lot to do.
What I really like about this program, and we've talked off air about this numerous times, there's plenty of options, and as a homeowner, you have the ability, should you want it, to keep what you want,
Yes.
get rid of what you want or declutter, but that purging consists of selling potentially. If you want to downsize, you're moving from a larger home, maybe you're going to move into a smaller condo, you can sell some items, and more importantly, you can also give to charity. And that's where we've sort of aligned. In the past, we have a mutual interest in donating back to charity. So why don't you talk a little bit about that?
So from our very first client, we started a program called Donations That Do Good. And the reason that I started that is because this very first client of mine had so much good stuff that she no longer wanted, but she didn't know what to do with. So she was just going to sort of put it out to the trash. And I thought, no, I can't have that. I don't want it going to a landfill, and it's such good stuff. So we immediately took those items and we found charities, and that's what we do with every single client. We apply our Donations That Do Good program, because we know that there's so much need in our community in Ottawa, and you are so tapped into that. And I know even with what you do as a realtor, which I love about you, is that you donate back to charities as well, a percentage of your fees. And for us, we love the Donations That Do Good program, because not only are we, helping clients get more space and calm by getting those items out of there, but as well, we're helping others in need in our community with those items.
Yeah.
And lastly, like you and I have spoken about, we're diverting those items from landfill. So it's a win-win-win.
That's right. And it's such a positive feeling too. The homeowner feels amazing about it. You and I feel amazing about it, because we're giving back to charity. Of course, the people who are benefiting at the charity, of course, like it as well. So like you said, win-win-win. I say it all the time. This is really good. So everybody knows, they're all savvy out there. Go to your website, declutterforgood.ca, and all your contact information is there.
It is.
I'll leave the floor to you in closing remarks. What do you want to say to the audience in closing?
Well, I think what I want to say is, organizing and decluttering is often focused on the stuff, and rightfully so. But what I think is really interesting about organizing and decluttering is how it transforms lives. I think that organizing and decluttering really plays a huge role in not only transforming our spaces, but really helps us get unstuck and start moving forward with our lives again sometimes, right?
That's right.
And sometimes, I always say that stuff, when it takes control of us instead of us taking control of it, it can really weigh us down and fence us in. But when you are able to let go of some of these items that have been kind of controlling you and weighing you down, that empowers you. And I think the other bonus is, it allows you to be your best person from that point going forwards. So I think organizing and decluttering always moves you forwards. And, the bonus when we're working in people's homes or helping to sell people's homes is it allows you to fall in love with your home again.
All right, I think we're going to wrap up the video here. Thank you very much to Martha Tobin, the big boss, as I like to say, for Declutter for Good. She is doing an amazing service for people. This is something that her and we have synergies on our business. We have synergies on the charitable angle within our business. And of course, we're trying to help our clients get the most value out of their homes as possible. So I'll link Martha's information below as usual. You go to the About section on my webpage, you'll see a link to Martha as well. Reach out to her, tell her Mark sent you, and all is good. So I hope this video was valuable to you, and if so, please consider giving me a thumbs up. You know that this is good for the YouTube algorithm and it gets my message out to more people, so I would really appreciate that. So here's this week's video. I hope you liked it, and until the next video, take care.